Flip a coin. The chance of it landing on heads is 50%. The chance of it landing on tails is 50%. You step out of your house, and the chance of you getting into a car accident is 1 in 10,000. The chance of you winning the lottery is 1 in tens of millions. We humans cling to probability and statistics like a life preserver. We believe that this universe operates on blind, unfeeling, and fair mathematical laws. That chaos is merely uncracked numbers, and fate lies in the hands of our choices. But the SCP Foundation knows a much harsher truth. What if probability isn't a mathematical equation, but a conscious force? What if the laws of physics protecting our reality are just a chessboard, and the one rolling the dice is a colossal, mad entity harboring ultimate malice toward humanity? You can contain a flesh-eating monster. You can bury a cursed artifact. But how does the SCP Foundation contain bad luck? How do you fight against a universe that suddenly decides it wants our reality to collapse from the most fundamental particles? Today, we will open the file on SCP-7000. Let's stop talking about luck, because in this story, randomness is humanity's death sentence. Reading the containment procedures for SCP-7000, you won't find titanium alloy walls meters thick or task forces armed with cutting-edge weaponry. You will find a report full of desperate patchwork. SCP-7000 is not a tentacled monster. SCP-7000 is a man, Dr. William Wetherell, a former researcher of the Foundation itself. Wetherell is confined in a room padded with 20 centimeters of thick rubber. All sharp corners are smoothed out. The room has no direct electrical grid, no high-pressure water pipes, and absolutely nothing capable of causing injury. Sounds like the holding cell of a suicidal psychiatric patient. Doesn't it? It's not. They didn't do this because Wetherell wants to kill himself. They did this because the entire universe is trying to assassinate him every second of every minute. William Wetherell is a probability singularity, a black hole of bad luck. Wherever he is, the laws of thermodynamics, quantum mechanics, and basic mathematics are bent to produce the most catastrophic consequences possible. If Wetherell stands under a ventilation system, the single rusted screw out of millions will come loose, and the fan blades will fall straight onto his head. If he holds an unloaded gun, a random quantum error will materialize a bullet in the chamber, and the gun will misfire. If there is a 99% chance an event will proceed normally, the remaining 1% probability of disaster will absolutely strike Wetherell. But don't laugh. Don't treat this as a funny story about the world's unluckiest clown.
Wetherell's existence lived à horrifying, Lovecraftian veille.
Wetherell's bad luck is not a random occurrence. It is proof that reality is being manipulated by something beyond comprehension. When quantum errors consistently focus on a single person with flawless precision, it means chaos is no longer chaos. It has a purpose. It has malice. The Foundation does not contain Wetherell to protect him. They contain him as a lightning rod. Understand this. If the universe is unleashing storms of probability to tear apart natural laws, Wetherell is the black hole absorbing that fracture. When he trips and cracks his head, when his cell spontaneously combusts from an absurd static spark, that is the price paid so the nuclear reactor systems in Tokyo don't suddenly explode, or an asteroid doesn't spontaneously change its trajectory and slam into Earth. The SCP Foundation is hanging the fate of billions of lives on the bleeding shoulders of one man. But a lightning rod can only withstand a certain amount of lightning before it melts. And when that happens, the real storm will hit. Fasten your seatbelts, because we are going to look into the exploration and testing logs to witness what Wetherell endures in a nightmare where every shred of physical logic wants to strangle him. Close your eyes. Imagine you are Dr. William Wetherell. You are sitting in a heavily rubber-padded room. No windows, no furniture, no sharp objects. You are wearing the softest cotton clothing. To the outside world, this is a place of absolute safety. But to you, it is an invisible slaughterhouse where the killers are the laws of physics themselves. You are thirsty. The Foundation provides you with water through a soft silicone straw to ensure you don't bite down and shatter a glass. You take the straw and sip a small amount of water. What are the chances of a sip of water going down the wrong pipe in a healthy adult? Very low. But today, the universe decides to roll the dice. The water molecules do not flow into your stomach. Due to a random thermodynamic error, the surface tension of the water suddenly alters, coalescing into a dense, glue-like mass that completely seals off your epiglottis. You cannot breathe. You collapse to the floor, clutching your throat. You are drowning from a single spoonful of water right in the middle of a dry room. As you are on the verge of passing out, a muscle in your chest twitches due to a neural electrical impulse error, again a 1 in a billion probability event, accidentally creating the compression force to expel the mass of water. You survive. You cough up blood. You realize the cruel truth. The universe doesn't want you to die immediately. If you die, the game ends. It wants to torture you. The sheer terror doesn't come from physical pain. It comes from existential paranoia. You cannot trust anything. You walk, and you are terrified that the friction beneath your shoes will suddenly vanish at a quantum level, causing you to slip and snap your neck. You breathe, and you constantly fear that the oxygen molecules in the room will randomly gather in one corner due to Brownian motion, leaving you in a suffocating vacuum. Every atom around you harbors malice. Space, time, gravity. They are all like a pack of invisible, snarling beasts, waiting for a probabilistic loophole to tear you apart. You are the sole prey in a prison the size of the entire universe. And the SCP Foundation outside that rubber padding? They just stand by and watch, recording your agony onto cold statistical charts. But the SCP Foundation is always arrogant. They never accept helplessness. They decided to cure Wetherell. They introduced a reality-bending machine into his cell, a Scranton reality anchor. This device is designed to force the surrounding environment to obey basic physical laws, erasing all anomalies and quantum errors. They wanted to freeze the universe's dice. When the machine was turned on, a miracle happened. For the first time in his life, Wetherell flipped a coin, and it landed on heads. He took a deep breath without choking. He walked around without tripping. The probability charts in the cell returned to normal. The Foundation had succeeded. They had defeated bad luck. But that was when they realized they had just made the most catastrophic mistake in human history. Bad luck never disappears. Probability obeys a ruthless law of conservation. When the Foundation used the reality anchor to shield Wetherell, they inadvertently insulated the Earth's only lightning rod. And when the lightning rod could no longer absorb the strikes, the storm descended upon the entire world. Within minutes of Wetherell becoming safe, the reality outside collapsed. Thousands of airplanes in the sky suddenly plummeted because of an infinitesimal probability of all their engines suffering bird strikes at the exact same time. Every nuclear reactor in the world simultaneously initiated a meltdown sequence due to control rods jamming at the perfect angle. Category 5 hurricanes formed out of thin air. Nuclear weapons automatically initiated countdowns due to cosmic interference. The big picture brought the O5 Council to their knees in despair. William Wetherell was not a mutant cursed with bad luck. Wetherell was the final pressure release valve of a dying universe. The entity rolling the dice out there wasn't targeting one man. It was targeting us. It despises order. It wants to obliterate life, structure, and civilization. For billions of years, the universe has slumbered, and our existence is merely a lucky accident within its dream. But now it is waking up. Wetherell's bad luck was just the first leak of a probabilistic apocalypse. When the Foundation turned the reality anchor off, when they threw Wetherell back into being a meat shield for all of humanity, it was too late. The dam had broken. Natural rules were no longer a reliable system. Luck ceased to exist. What awaits humanity ahead is not a hidden monster, but a universe that has decided the probability of Earth's existence. Starting today shall be zero. We live every day under a grand illusion named safety. You buckle your seatbelt when driving, you look both ways before crossing an intersection, you lock your doors at night. You believe that if you are careful, if you follow every rule of physics and society, the statistics will protect you from death. We lull ourselves into believing that accidents are just things that happen to the careless. But the SCP-7000 file strips away a brutal truth. Your safety is not built upon individual effort. It is bought with blood, with the excruciating agony of one man writhing in a rubber-padded room, bearing the wrath of a mad universe on behalf of all mankind. And tragically, that meat shield is slowly crumbling. The leak of probabilistic disaster is beginning to spread to the world outside. Tomorrow, as you wake up and begin your daily life, when you walk down steep stairs, when you wait for the subway right at the edge of the platform, or simply when you plug your phone charger into the outlet, pause for a second. Look at the ordinary objects around you. What is truly stopping that 220V current from arcing straight through your body because of a 1 in a billion insulation error? What guarantees that the massive truck driving in the opposite lane won't blow a tire and swerve right into your windshield? Do you think it's the laws of nature? Blind randomness? No. It is only because the colossal, invisible entity floating just outside of reality hasn't gotten around to noticing you yet. It is still playing with the universe's dice. And when the laws of physics are no longer a statute, but merely a wager, then every breath you take is a gamble with your life. Good luck to you, even if that concept perhaps no longer exists.